a jersey because I like leaving that one hanging up in the background, but I need one to wear, and I kind of want to get a USMNT jersey, but it keeps kicking me out of my account because it doesn't believe I live where I live, per usual. So yeah, it's great. Please subscribe because we're almost to 500 subscribers. Welcome back, guys.
Champions League episode again. This is Matchday 8, the last regular Matchday type episode you'll get from us. Kind of a little bit. I say that because we changed one of the things. All of the games were played at the exact same time, and there were 61 goals scored. And we're gonna go through each of the goals. Okay, we're not gonna go in depth on every single one, but there's some that we are definitely going in depth on, and there was one really lopsided scoreline, but besides that, the others not so much. And you'll see that here in a couple of minutes. But here is how the table currently looks like. I always forget which way I face in the video, but you'll see some of the teams got eliminated, who is through to the knockout phase, and who has their spot clinched for the round of 16, and we will cover that more in depth. So if you didn't get a chance to look at the whole thing, or you didn't feel like pausing, we're getting to those teams. But we will start off with our shocking teams. So we have 2 bad, 2 good. I'll start off with the bad teams. So first, we have Napoli. They are currently 4th in Serie A. They lost to Chelsea and Juventus. They are averaging 1.82 yellow cards a game, so pretty much 2 yellow cards a game. And they're also conceding at least a goal a game, so that's not great. And their record is currently 2-2-4, and they got knocked out of the Champions League, so that's unfortunate for them.
Then we have Benfica. Benfica is a great team, actually. They average 2. Well, they're not a great team, to be honest, but they're a good team. They achieved a historic 4-2 Champions League victory over Real Madrid, so they smoked them. So they average 2.21 goals per game. Their record is 3-0-5, and they play Inter or Real next.
And then our next bad team is Marseille. Again, what happened to them? They kind of just fell apart. They lost 3-0 to Liverpool, and then they lost 3-0 to Club Brugge. So what you doing? And then they are conceding an average of 1.21 goals per game, which I feel like that should definitely be higher considering they lost 3-0 2 games in a row. But hey, the game's the game, I guess. And their record is 3 wins, no draws, and 5 losses. And they got knocked out by a crazy goal, which we'll talk about here in a couple seconds.
And then we have Inter Milan. They're a good team. And they tied 2-2 with Napoli. They beat Atalanta. And they averaged 2 goals a game and 1.88 yellows a game. Their record is 5 wins, 0 draws, and 3 losses, and will play Bodo or Benfica next.
And then we have teams in the hunt. We would typically do this, but we're not because we already know who's through what phase. So we'll come back to this once we get to the round of 16. But teams that should be scared. Normally we do teams to be scared of, but I'm changing it because these are the teams that I wouldn't want to have in my path to win the Champions League, or just their knockout phase opponents.
Our first team that should be scared is Man City. They have 5 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses this season. The shocker is tying Monaco 2-2 and losing 2-0 to Leverkusen and 3-0 to Bodo. Their potential to face Real or Inter or Bodo or Benfica.
So I wouldn't be them, especially if it's, well, honestly, any of those 4 teams, because all four have proven that they can win against big teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to be them. But then our next team that should be scared is Olympiacos. They have 3 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses this season. Their one shocking result that they have is that they beat Leverkusen 2-0, and they will potentially face either Leverkusen or Atalanta in the knockout phase. And if they win there, they have the potential of facing either Bayern or Arsenal. So that's just a tough path to go on.
And now to the Champions League scores. It's Matchday 8. Ajax loses to Olympiacos 2-1. Then we have Sporting beats Athletic Club 3-2. We have Leverkusen beats Villarreal 3-0. Brace from USMNT's Malik Tillman. So Newcastle ties PSG 1-1. Dembele. Cool. Penalty saved in the first 5 minutes of the game. Newcastle's goal in the first half stoppage time to tie 1-1. I saw this. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's an insane kind of score right there. And then we have Newcastle's second goal, which was disallowed in the 57th minute. Before the start of the game, both teams were in the top 8, but with the result of a draw, both teams drop into the knockout round.
Right, and this game was huge within itself. I thought that this was one of the best games that was played today, just to watch from a tactical perspective. But holy cow, there was so much going on, so much happening. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it only resulted in a draw.
Right.
Like, I thought PSG would come in and maybe score like 2-3 goals and that'd be it. But we have a tie and it's crazy.
And then we have Bodo upsets Atleti 2-1. Atleti had 8 shots on target, 25 shots total. They had 61% of possession and 12 corners. Bodo had 4 shots on target, 9 shots, and 39% of possession and 1 corner. Then we had Frederick
Your guess is as good as mine.
Silva, tell us if I said that. I probably didn't say that right. Scored in the 34th minute, and Casper Hoff with the game winner, 59th minute. And Casper Hoff was the man of the match.
Again, another crazy upset. Bodo won 2 out of 3 heavyweights that they faced, I think. They're a team that I might not want to face, but like, it's crazy that they upset Atleti at Atleti. So wild. But then our next match, we have Arsenal over Carrot 3-2. We have Liverpool beating Karabag 6-0. Tottenham beating Frankfurt 2-0. Man City beating Galatasaray 2-0. And then we have probably the most talked about game this match day is Benfica upsetting 9-men Real Madrid, and this is huge for a multitude of reasons. So Benfica win 4-2. Real Madrid had 6 shots on target, 14 shots total, 53% of possession, and 5 corners. Both of Madrid's goals were scored by Mbappe in the 30th and 58th minute. There are 2 red cards, so they were both in stoppage time. One was in the 2nd minute of stoppage time, and the other was in the 7th minute of stoppage time of the second half. So both were in the second half, towards the end of the game. Benfica had 4 shots on target, 20 shots total, which is crazy, 20 shots from Benfica, 47% of possession, and 6 corners. And their 4 goals were scored by, I'm gonna butcher this, guys, so just buckle up. Andreas Shaderlup, Vangelis Pavlidis, and Anatoly Trubin in the 36th, 45 plus 5, which was a penalty, 54th, and 90 plus 8, another stoppage time goal. So they had a penalty right before halftime for Benfica to go up 2-1. And then their fourth goal by Anatoly Trubin. It was a goalie goal, which these don't happen often. But it was crazy. That was literally the last. It's not necessarily the last kick of the game because it was a header, but it was the last play of the game. And oh my gosh, everyone went nuts. And this goal by their goalie sent them through to the knockout rounds and knocked Marseille down and eliminated them. And their coach, I can't go without mentioning their coach, Jose Mourinho, the special one. He's done it again. He used to manage Real Madrid. I'm sure some of you already know that. But the fact that he was the one to get them out of the round of 8, the top 8, and advance through, and they lost, and it's all because of Jose. It's cinema. What can I say? But Andreas Shaderlup was the man of the match for this game.
And then we have USG beats Atalanta 1-0. Inter Milan beats Dortmund 2-0. Barcelona beats Copenhagen 4-1. Chelsea beats Napoli 3-2. Napoli had 5 shots on target and 8 shots total, 50% of possession and 1 corner. Chelsea had 4 shots on target, 6 shots total, 50% of possession and 4 corners. Enzo Fernandez penalty in the 17th minute, and João Pedro in the 61st and 82nd minute, and João Pedro was the man of the match.
It was another crazy game. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting for Napoli there and for a second because I was just like, it was really close, and then Chelsea came out and
yeah, I know, only Chelsea. Well, one of my games that I recommended this past week, if you watched our main episode, was Juventus and Monaco. That didn't live up to the hype that I thought it was going to. That ended in a tie, a 0-0. No goals either. So I feel really let down by that. So that's all I'm going to say about that game. And then Club Brugge beat Marseille 3-0, as we said earlier. Paphos beat 10-men Slavia Prague 1-0. We have so we win 2-1 over PSV. PSV had 6 shots on target, 12 shots total, 42% of possession and 5 corners. Bayern had 7 shots on target, 16 shots total, 58% of possession, and 6 corners. So it's not like we had a very dominant performance. It was a semi-rotated squad, in my opinion. I don't think we started all of our best players. Looking at Nicholas Jackson as our striker rather than Harry Kane, but what do I know? I am still I'm on the fence about how we performed. I'm happy that we won. I just feel like we definitely should have won by more than 1 goal. But that's just me. But Jamal's first UCL start since coming back from his horrific Club World Cup injury, and guess what? He scored a goal in the 58th minute. It was a banger. Oh my gosh. It was a 1-2 with Leonard Carl, I believe. And it was just played right into his path. And he just right top kind of center of the goal. And there was no hope of stopping it. And then Harry Kane scored our game-winning goal in the 84th minute. And when I say Jamal's was a rocket, Harry's was also a rocket because he was outside of the 9-yard box and he wasn't at the 18, but he was in between the 9 and the 18, and that just he even one-timed the goal too, and no chance of stopping that. So glad we got some goals there. But our man of the match was our goalkeeper, Jonas Erbig. He was in for Manuel Neuer. I don't have much to say except I think that he's a great goalie, and I can't wait for Neuer to retire because I feel pretty safe with him in goal besides corners. But that will come with time. We can work on that. We can work on that. But over to the teams that are eliminated. So This is from 25th down to 36th. So, in 25th, we have Marseille, then Paphos, Union SG, PSV, Athletic Club, Napoli, Copenhagen, Ajax, Frankfurt, Slavia Prague, Villarreal, and in 36th, we have Carrot. Again, Carrot, I'm sorry if I'm not saying your club name right, but it is what it is.
I mean, I would probably say Carrot.
It's now known as Carrot.
Carrot.
But teams in the knockout phase, so this is teams 9th through 24th.
So we have Real, Inter Milan, PSG, Newcastle, Juventus, Atleti, Atalanta, Leverkusen, Dortmund, Olympiacos, Club Brugge, Galatasaray, Monaco, Karabakh, Bodo, and Benfica.
And then the top 8 teams, so they automatically go through to the round of 16, starting from first Arsenal, then Bayern, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, and Man City with the last top 8 spot. So they just barely snuck through that. They got a little bit lucky, but now they're unlucky in their draw, so that's unfortunate.
But that's our video. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments you'd like to leave them now. Don't forget to like this video as you're headed to the comment section. And again, don't forget to subscribe and turn on our post notifications because we have our main video coming out sooner than later. It's always on a Monday night. If it's not for some reason, just assume we both lost power.
Or we're both just
dead inside. And if you don't want to miss any of our if we have a live stream coming up, we have any if we do get to 500 subscribers, we are planning on doing a giveaway. So if you don't want to miss anything about that, go check our other social media pages. So please subscribe because we're almost to 500 subscribers and that means a ton to us. We're so close and all we need is not a couple more, but a good amount of more people to subscribe and we'll make it to 500 subscribers and that'll be amazing. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed and welcome to our channel. I hope you're enjoying it.
And be on the lookout because our next live stream is over Valentine's Day.
That's right. Because we have nothing better to do.